bridge of 1 centimeter.
Yes, 1 centimeter. Okay. Indication for osteotomies, and just remember you that if you do a bad surgery, a bad distalization, a bad medialization, you can end up with a medial impingement like that, with a TTTG of 0.5. It means that this guy never measured the TTTG on the CT, or he did a medialization to a normal TTTG, which was bad. You can have RSD, you can have some arthritis too. So when you do a medialization, I remember you, don't use this question angle, the Q angle, because it is definitely not a good value. This lady who has a terrific Q angle is absolutely normal. She has no patellar pain, she has no patellar dislocation, she has nothing. She has beautiful knees, but she has nothing. So don't use a Q angle, and use definitely X-ray, CT scan, MRI to do that. And measure your values by yourself with a CD. You take free software, you have Osiris, you used to have Osiris, now you have Oros, which works so well, and you can do all the measurements you can want, you can do. So I remember that the two values are different if you use CT and MRI, 20 for CT, 13 for MRI, and when you speak about osteotomies, you will do a repositioning of your patella. So indication for TT transfer would be only for patellar, objective patellar instability, dislocation, medialization if you have an excessive TTTG, distalization if you have patella alta. And you will be able to mix both of them for sure. So you have seen that for the medialization, it's a 5 to 6 centimeter osteotomy. You can use a distal hinge if you do only medialization and use only one screw. No advancement, as I told you before, because this leads to terrific X-rays like that, which is the Mackay effect, which doesn't work except in the cadaver lab. So never do that. And the goal is to bring back the TTTG between 10 and 15 or 8 and 13 if you use MRI. So take the value you have on your CT or on your MRI, do the measurement, and correct it with your ruler. Look at the trochlea, because when you do a medialization, and if you have a pretty flat trochlea, you can maybe overcorrect a little bit. But if you have a type A trochlear dysplasia, so a pretty normal trochlea, and if you do an overcorrection, you will get an impingement on the middle side. So the amount of medialization could be also correlated to the shape of your trochlea. Be aware about the technical procedure. The X-ray, the screws should be bicortical to have some compression. And if your screws are not perpendicular but ascendant, you will lose your correction. So it's really stupid, but it's very important to have that. Post-op full weight bearing, because you don't care. Of course, you can put full weight bearing. Extension brace for walking for 30 days, because you can have some quadriceps inhibition, and if it goes that way, you can damage your fixation, and then of course we limit the motion between 0 and 100 degrees for 30 days. After that, you have the TT osteotomy healing, and you can go further for sure. So remember that this is a very old study we did. And when the TTTG was between 10 and 15 on the CT, 88% of satisfied patients. But when we had overcorrection, more than 10, 30% of poor results. So the hypercorrection is really, really bad. So be careful about that. distalization. You have seen that you have to use an index. The Carton des Champs is probably the best. Remember the indirect sign of the patella alta, for sure. This is a subjective evaluation, but remember that. And when to distalize is would be according to the Carton des Champs index more than 1.2, but also according to the sagittal engagement index, because if you have no engagement, really I push you to do a mild distalization, just to put the patella in the trochlea. See, this is exactly what we said before. You measure this sagittal engagement, and you will be able to know exactly if you need to engage your patella or not. The tricks, you have seen that during my video, so I will not go again through this. You have seen that you will engage the trochlea in the trochlea. Use this index, you see it's 30 and 20, just need to distalize 10, and it's okay, and you will be perfect. And just know that you are also able to do this medialization while you are doing your distalization. You have an automatic medialization due to the shaft of the tibia, but you can also increase the amount of medialization that you can do. So this is for me very important, because a lot of people are doing only isolated NPFL. They don't care, they do NPFL. It's so smart, small surgery, small scars. But frankly, if you have no engagement of your patella in the trochlea, just add a mild distalization, just 5 mm, and you will improve the results enormously, and your patient will be very, very happy about that. So it is always combined to an NPFL reconstruction. And you were talking about the lateral release. If I do a lateral release, I do this. This is the medial tilt test, if I can reduce the tilt or not. If I cannot reduce it, I do a lateral release arthroscopic. My favorite procedure is definitely the distalization. And I want just to show you this case. It's interesting. 14 years old, 3 dislocations. The clinical exam, apprehension test, she has a little bit of tilt, quadrant test for look at the x-rays. This is what you are looking for. Patella height, 1.1. So a little bit high. Trochlear dysplasia, only the crossing sign, so it's a type A trochlear dysplasia. If you look to the CT scan, you will see that all the values are normal. Okay, but she had 3 patellar dislocations. Look at the MRI and look at that. She has no sagittal engagement. And this is, so if you look only to x-rays, if you look to the CT scan, you say, well, what can I do? If you look to the MRI, you will see that definitely something is abnormal, and that explains why she has a patellar dislocation. So what to do with this patient? You see the shallow trochlea. Would be definitely to do a mild distalization, 5 mm, to correct this functional patella alta. I call that the functional patella alta, and it works so well. So when you do distalization, sometimes you can do that even if the index is not more than 1.2. But if you have a low sagittal engagement, if you have a flat trochlea also, and also sometimes if you have a type B trochlear dysplasia, sometimes you can do that if the prominence is not too big, so you have some adaptation. So the conclusion is that you will correct the axial alignment and the sagittal alignment too. This is very important. And the NPFL, of course, will correct the soft tissue damage. Thank you.